We're up here in Denver, Colorado, checking in on the project Omar is working on. It is coming along awesome. We got a lot of stuff done since the last time we showcased it. We got the bridge in, intake bay almost done, another stream completely completed, starting on our third stream of this project. And not only that, but we even have water starting to fill up in this project. Can't wait to get this thing full.
Welcome to Hiner Outdoor Living. We're a team of yardists taking boring, cookie-cutter yards and transforming them into one-of-a-kind backyard retreats. Join us as we bring quality, passion, and fun to yards all across the Colorado Front Range, inspiring life outside.
So we're finally ready to excavate this part of the pond. We didn't do it before because this was the only access to that stream over there. So as you can see here, this is where our bridge is going to be located. After the bridge, we're going to excavate for our aqua blocks that we have over here. We're going to have like 16 aqua blocks. This is going to be the intake of the whole pond. Water is going to get, debris is going to get pushed into here. We have jets and everything pushing all this direction. We're going to have like 16 aqua blocks here. It's not going to be a deep area. Maybe we'll have 10 inches of water, 10-12 inches of water, but it's still gonna look cool. Still gonna look like the pond is, you know, way bigger. So I'm excited to start digging this. Let's do it. We have to seam this section of the pond, majority of the pond. So our liner just got up to here. So we have to seam the rest of the pond. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. This is how it looks when it's completely done. This is completely watertight. All right, so we got that section wrapped up. Now we're gonna move into this other, which is the waterfall we're gonna have coming into the bog filter in here. We're gonna have a long stream going all the way there until we start gaining some height. That's where our waterfall is gonna start. But for now, we're gonna have to seam this transition, this liner with the new one coming out over here.
No, sí, quítalo, quítalo hasta con un pie allá como un...
So right now I'm standing by the intake bay. This is where we house all of our pumps. As you can see, we have the pump vaults. And one thing that we have learned over time is using a little bit bigger cobble in the intake bay. That way, when the water flows through it, and over time, if you have it too small, it gets clogged, and then you start having issues. That's why we like to use that 2 to 4 cobble at the bottom. So that way water can still flow through over time, and if there's a little bit buildup, it still has a pathway. So this water feature is the one closest to the house. It is gonna serve two purposes. The aesthetics that are gonna bring it closer to the house so they can enjoy it on this patio, but it's also gonna add oxygen directly to the intake bay, which will help the overall filtration of this water feature. To give it more interest and more character, we went ahead and included 2 spillways. So one entryway to the pond is here and another one is over here, capturing multiple angles of the water feature. So we're gonna have really nice water rushing through these 2 sides around this rock, falling into the next pooling area. And one thing I love is how he designed the rocks closer to the patio a little bit lower. So that way you can capture the full viewing area of the falls. Last thing you want to do is put a nice big boulder like this right in the view of the waterfalls, because you can have the most amazing falls in the world, but if you're blocking it from all the main viewing areas, it really defeats the purpose. So there's just so much thought that Omar did with just the twists and the turns. Not one waterfall is facing the same way. So we have this one falling in here, this one coming in, turning that way, hitting that rock, and then like this one right here, it's gonna fall this way and it looks like it erodes this area out, and it's gonna turn into here and finally make its final destination into the pond. This just shows practice makes perfect, and not necessarily perfect because every single water feature we're pushing ourselves to get better and better, but it just shows how far the team has come in building these water features that just have so much character. And I love how he puts it together, and I'm always excited every single one. So a lot of these, ideas we get from pond builders, like even from Australia, there's Australia Waterscapes, and Patrick Henley, the owner, loves to put these nice big round boulders in the middle of the pond that really help break it up, and not just all rock on the edges, but something that stands above the water line. And when you look at that rock, all I can imagine is when the water's filled is to jump on that rock and hang out in the middle of the pond and then jump right back off. Another thing is from Team Aquascapes themselves out in Chicago, our distributor. They're also pond builders. One thing that Brian pounded in our brains was to make the edges of the pond interesting. So not just have a necklace pearl of rock, but break it up. And one thing that we do is, that we learned from him, is over on the edge of the water feature, we have a nice beach area. And there's only gonna be a couple inches of water, but there's gravel under it. So it's a huge bog area that you're gonna get this nice big body of water, but you're also gonna have aquatic plants to soften up those edges. And then we'll get some aquatic plants and terrestrial plants and mix and match it between the edges of the water feature to really break up that monotony and make it more realistic. And then 3 to 5 years down the road, when all the aquatic plants grow and the terrestrial plants grow, it just makes it look so much more natural. Thank you for watching this video. We are almost done. The next time we showcase this water feature, it's gonna be complete. So please like, subscribe, hit that bell, get those notifications so you know when to come back to take a look at the end of this project.